Well, just when you thought it was safe, Alan fucks people over again. Anyway, here's our review for the Hangover Part 3. Enjoy. ¿Qué pasó, chicas? What you up to? Anyway. My name is, what's up, everybody? I'm Mr. Grimreaper 2 alongside Dark Knight 987. And we are back with another episode of Back in Time. And as I said before, just when you think the bad shit was over with, things happen again. But anyway. Yeah. And as I said before, you think that Part 2 was bad of this fucking series, wait till you see Part 3. Things get a lot worse than that. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Part 3 for this, and I think that'll be it. That'll be it for today, because I still gotta, I'm gonna later on tonight, not right now, but not after we're done with this video, I'm gonna rest for a little while. And then later on tonight, I'll work on these on my videos. If not, I'll probably work on them tomorrow, maybe. Depends. Yeah. But this movie brings back the return of director Todd Phillips, who also co-written and co-produced this film. This also brings back the return of Bradley Cooper, Ed Helms, Zach Galifianakis, Ken Jeong, Heather Graham from the very first movie, Jeffrey Tambor, Justin Bartha, Melissa McCarthy, and the one and only John Goodman joined the cast this time around for Part 3. Along with many other people who were also in this movie too. So, yeah. Yeah, so we're going to talk about this and see what happens next. So here we go. Oh yeah, there's going to be spoilers in this. As I said before, pick this shit up on Blu-ray or watch it online or somewhere and then come back, because we're going to talk spoilers. We're going to go through the plot and then we're going to give you our thoughts on what's going on with all this. So here we go. 2 years after the events in Bangkok, Leslie Chow escapes from prison using a riot as cover. Meanwhile, Alan causes a multi-car freeway pileup after he purchases a giraffe and accidentally decapitates it on a low overpass. Jesus. Alan's father, Sid, angry about the incident and furious that Alan won't take responsibilities for his actions, dies of a heart attack mid-lecture. At the funeral, Alan's brother-in-law, Doug, informs his two best friends, Phil and Stu, that Alan has been off his ADHD medication and is out of control. No fucking shit.
Yeah, no doubt.
The group attends an intervention in which Alan agrees to visit a rehabilitation facility in Arizona where he can seek treatment as long as the Wolfpack takes him there. On the way to Arizona, Phil's minivan is rammed off the road by a rental truck, and the group is taken hostage. They are later confronted by a mob boss named Marshall, played by the one and only John Goodman, who is Chow's boss, and Black Doug, played by Mike Epps, his head enforcer. He tells them that a few weeks after their shenanigans in Las Vegas, Chow hijacked half of $42 million gold heist, and seeing how Alan has been the only one to communicate with Chow during his imprisonment, because Alan is a moron, deduced that the Wolfpack could locate him and retrieve the gold. Marshall kidnaps Doug again and gives the others 3 days to find Chow, or else Doug will be killed. Alan sets up a meeting with Chow in Tijuana, Mexico, where Stu and Phil will hide and attempt to drug him. However, Alan accidentally reveals their location, and Chow forces them to confess that they are working for Marshall. Chow explains his plan to retrieve the stolen gold from the basement of a Mexican villa he previously owned. Stu, Alan, and Phil break into the house and successfully retrieve the gold, but Chow double crosses them by locking them in the basement, rearming the security system and escaping in Phil's minivan. They are arrested but mysteriously released from the prison police station. They are picked up by a limousine and taken to the back to the villa where they meet up with Marshall. They learn that Chow had lied to them. The villa was in fact Marshall's the whole time, and the gold they stole was the other half Chow didn't get from Marshall. Marshall tasks them to recover the stolen gold, but kills Black Doug for his incompetence and reminds them of their now 2-day deadline. The group tracks Phil's phone, which was left in the minivan outside a pawn shop in Las Vegas. The pawn shop owner, Cassie, played by Melissa McCarthy, tells them that Chow traded a gold brick only for $18,000, far less than its usual rate of $400,000. That's a lot of money. Using Stu's former lover Jade, played by the returning Heather Graham, as their contact, they learn that Chow is barricaded in the penthouse suite at of Caesar's Palace, where the very first film began.
Right.
Phil and Alan sneak into his suite from the roof, but Chow escapes, jumping from the balcony and parachuting down the strip. Stu catches up to Chow and locks him in the trunk of the limousine that Marshall lent to them. They take the gold and meet with Marshall, who releases Doug back to the group. Although Marshall initially promised not to harm Chow, he shoots through the trunk of the car, presumably killing him. However, Alan had given Chow the means to escape from the trunk through a backseat compartment just moments earlier. Chow emerges from the limo and kills Marshall and his bodyguard, allowing the Wolfpack to live because Alan saved his life. He offers Alan a bar of gold as a gift, but Alan turns him down and ends the relationship because of Chow's unhealthy influence on the group. As Chow sadly watches them leave, they go to retrieve Phil's minivan from the pawn shop, and Alan makes a date with Cassie. 6 months later, the two marry, vowing to own up to his actions. Alan regretfully resigns from the Wolfpack, but would still like for the gang to hang out on occasion. In a mid-credit scene, however, the group wakes up again in a fucking really trashed hotel after another wild party that they could not remember. Stu now has breast implants this time and angrily accuses Alan, who remembers that the wedding cake was a gift from Chow. Chow emerges from the bathroom naked, brandishing a katana. Crystal the monkey from the second movie drops from the ceiling onto Stu as the movie closes, thus ending the so-called final chapter of the Hangover series.
Yeah.
What did we fucking say about Alan again? This motherfucker never, ever learned. Not one damn bit. He never learned. Not one damn fucking solitary bit. You think that after all the shit they went through, Alan learned something? No, he didn't. You think his whole relationship with Chow was ended? No, that's far from the fucking truth. Because Alan showed finally that he's a fucking moron. And a goddamn idiot. But what is your take on the movie, man? What did you think of Hangover Part III?
Like I said in the last one, I thought this one was actually funny as well. Although Alan, like Brim said, Alan still didn't learn his lesson, and he still. Even in the beginning of the movie, you see that he calls a multi-car pileup on the freeway with a giraffe. The giraffe has a long neck, it gets decapitated, and then his father kind of get it through his head, but then his father has a heart attack and dies. Now here's the thing. Now, which spoilers, by the way. When his father's having a heart attack, he puts his headphones on and listens to music, while his father is dying behind him. Yeah, really, like he doesn't give a damn.
He's listening to My Life. By the way, the song that he's listening to is My Life by Billy Joel, but whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, so they were gonna take him to a rehabilitation facility to get him treated. But then, of course, they end up meeting John Goodman's character, Marshall. Now, of course, John Goodman, as you know, he's a great actor. He's been in a lot of movies and shows. Those of you may remember him as a husband in the Roseanne show. He was also in the Blues Brothers 2000 film. He was in No Brother Arthur as well. You've seen him in a lot of films. Great actor, great guy. So, and also Liz McCarthy, who was the pawn shop owner as well. You meet her as well. So, and Heather Graham comes back. Anyway, this was a good movie. Also was very funny, very crazy. But again, like I said before, Alan is back at it yet again. And of course, then you have Chow escaping from prison. And then, and here's the thing, whenever Chow and Alan are together, that is a bad pairing. Let's leave it at that.
You're right about that. Whenever they're together, bad shit fucking happens.
Yes.
Bad shit happens. I feel so fucking bad for Cassie, the Melissa McCarthy's character, because and one thing that gets me, the one thing that pisses me off about this the most, don't get me wrong, I love the movie.
Yes.
But nothing is resolved. Nothing is resolved at the end of Hangover Part III. It seems like nothing is resolved. Because Alan is still at his bullshit again, and he's gonna drag Cassie along for the fucking ride. And it's like what we were talking about before. It's like what we were saying before. Well, the last time we tried to do this review, me and him had a conversation about this too on camera. If they ever make another one, a fourth one, I hope that's the end of it. I hope that everything is resolved. I hope that Alan gets the help that he fucking needs. And I hope that I really would like to know what the fuck happens now.
Yes.
What happens now that Alan is back together with Chow again? The fucking cycle comes right around again between Alan and Chow. And not to mention, poor Cassie is stuck in the fucking middle of these two psychotic idiots. And not to mention the whole fucking Stu, Phil, and Doug are back in the saddle again with this bullshit that Alan does. And I'm wondering if they ever do make another movie, what the fuck will happen to Alan this time? What will happen to Chow this time? Will that come to an end? Will what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen now that Alan has brought his so-called friends back to his bullshit again?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. But what do you think, man? What do you think?
I would love to see that myself. I share that same agreement with Graham myself. I would love to see if they would do a fourth one. What would happen now in these times? How would Alan mess things up again? What if he were to be in the rehabilitation area trying to get help, but he thought Alan messing things up again, and I would love to see what he would do. I would love to see what happens with Phil and Doug and Stu now. And of course, I would love to see how Chad would come back into their, how they, what I mean? I would love to see how it would be, how it will come about in the final chapter. And like Glenn said, see things finally resolved, finally put to rest, and see things finally go well for the group. But it's just a matter of time. You just never know what the work will spit out. But yeah, in my view, I would just love to see what would happen. And if there is a fourth one, I don't mean, and Grimreaper will try to, we'll see it, and we want to see for ourselves if there is a fourth one, what would that be like? So yeah, I would love to see that.
Yeah. But let us know in the comment section down below what y'all guys thought of the Hangover Part 3 and stuff like that, if you have seen it or not. Let us know in the comments down below. Me and Knight agree. We give this a 10 out of 10 again.
10 out of 10, yeah. Yes.
Even though I think Part 3 didn't really have a resolve to it.
Yeah.
I still love the movie. I still liked all 3 Hangover films.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comments down below what y'all guys thought of the all 3 Hangovers and stuff like that. That is gonna be it for me for today, and also for Night. Later on, I am gonna post up my reviews for later and stuff like that. I'm going to post up all 5 videos later, so keep a lookout for them. So I am Mr. Grimreaper 2, alongside with Dark Knight 97, and we'll see you all in the afterlife. Peace.